everybody, I'm doing a film this evening and it's going to be the start of a new, hopefully a new series of some tutorials that I do, and the looks are going to be based on flowers, I hope. So the first flower tutorial that I hope to do is going to be flowers. It's going to be lavender, and I remember having lavender in the house, you know, all through my childhood. I was saying how good it was and how much it would help me and so on. So I'm going to pay homage to the lavender in the house. I'm going to start off with a base as usual. I'm going to use Painterly Paint Pot from MAC, and I'm just going to do one eye because I'm also going to do these tutorials in Polish. So when I'm using the Painterly, just like always, but I don't know if I've said this, I don't want to take too much of it. We don't want it to be too thick, and I spread it all the way up to my eyebrows just because that's where I'm going to put eyeshadow. It's not going to be purple all the way up, please don't freak out. We don't want it to be too thick. It should be just slightly sort of tacky, and when I say tacky I just mean that it's going to be, you know, a bit sticky a bit, so the eyeshadow should stick to it, and it will dry and it shouldn't crease. So first eyeshadow I'm going to use some MAC, and I'm going to use some of the colours from the 120 palette and also a Bobbi Brown eyeliner that I got last weekend. So the first colour I'm going to use is from MAC, and it's called Satellite Dreams. It's this purple colour here in the middle, and it's just it's a nice sort of regular mid-tone purple. I'm tapping off the excess because with stronger colours like this it can be quite obvious if it falls down your face, if you get any fallout. So just tap it gently against your hand, I'm sure you all know that. So I'm popping this colour about 3/4 of the way across. This is my new, you know, cheats way of blending, is to take it too far and then put the other colour on halfway in, and they should sort of meet and blend, and it'll be lovely. Okay, and I'm going to use, right, that's done quite nice, it's done quite light. I'm going to use violet pigment from MAC, and I'm going to use it wet, so I'm just looking for my mixing medium, homemade mixing medium. And the brush I'm going to use is going to be quite a stiff flat brush. Sorry, that was the 275 from MAC, the first one. And this one is a number 8 brush from Sephora. It's quite thin and flat, so it's like a little sort of tongue type of brush. And I'm going to just get a drop of it onto the brush, so the brush is wet, and I'm just going to work it into the lid. So I'm rubbing it in like this, and it's going to make a paste. You don't want it to be too watery because it'll just wash straight off. So I'm gently dabbing the brush into the pigment, into the jar itself, just to get some more on the wet brush, and then I'm taking it back to the lid and buffing it in. So it's going to be quite pasty, I want to say, but I don't know if it's a very good description for a paste. So once you think you've got a good consistency, it's all about trial and error, I'll be honest and say. I'm just going to start popping it on the eyelid. You don't want to brush it in too much, because you put it on and when you brush it back it'll just wipe straight back off. So you want it to be, you know, an even covering. So I'm just really gently putting it on, making sure I don't pull it back off, and that's going about 3/4 of the way in. And I'm just creating the shape that I want on the outside as well. Pretty much the shape that you create is going to be the shape of the eyeshadow, so you want to make sure it's quite even, hopefully like mine is. Yeah, okay, I like that, that's good. And when you're done with your pigments and your mixing medium, first thing, before you reach for the next item, just put the lids back on. I will never ever 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 leave a pigment without its lid on ever again after a couple of escapades I've had in the past. Right, the next colour I'm taking is another pigment, but I'm going to use this one dry. This is Cornflower from MAC, and it's a sort of, it's a purpley blue. It's a really pretty colour, really really pretty. So, oh my god, getting purple pigment everywhere. Right, so I'm just going to take some off the sides of the jar. And just make sure I get a decent amount on the brush. Now this is where fallout could happen, but because it's already a loose pigment, we cannot tap too much off the brush. Because if you tap it off the brush, it's just going to completely fall off and you won't have much left. So I'm brushing this on the outer half of just the eyelid. We took the purple pigment past the crease, we took it above the crease, and I'm just trying to keep the cornflower blue just on the eyelid, not too far above. So I would say that's a decent amount to have on your brush, and you shouldn't get too much fallout with that. So we're just, I'm brushing it on, but I'm not giving it too much force because I don't want to brush anything off, if that makes sense. Okay, and I'm just buffing it in like that. Okay, so we've got a bit of the purple pigment, the violet pigment underneath, that's still showing through, because we haven't gone completely over it. And then I'm going to turn to my 120 Pro Colour palette over here, and I want to take, yeah, that's good, and I'm going to take this colour here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, a fifth colour along, which is this one here, yes, fifth colour along from the left. I'm just going to take a little bit on the Body Shop brush and put that on the inner half of the lid, just over the top of that first colour, that's that Light Dreams colour that we put on. Okay, we can blend the tops out later, and the last main colour I'm going to put on is this one here. This is a MAC pigment called Frozen White, yeah, Frozen White I believe. It's a white colour with a blue sort of duochrome to it. So I'm going to use this dry as well. I'm taking quite a small brush, the 213 from MAC, and I'm going to pat this on just the centre of the eyelid, just on the middle there, and that's going to give a reflective property there. Okay, taking my 227 brush from MAC, I'm just going to gently brush along the top, and I'm going to use a purple eyeliner again. I don't know how much time I've got left because this has been quite a long tutorial, so I'm sorry, but I'm going to put Violet Underground Eye Kohl, which is just a purple eye pencil underneath, and I'm going to use MAC Plush Lash Mascara if I can find it, because I want to have quite thick lashes to go with this look. Okay, and I'm being quickly quick so that I don't get cut off as usual. Okay, so there's my first flower look. This is the lavender look, and I really hope you enjoyed it.